Welcome, listeners, to Embracing Power and Potential, your go-to podcast where we travel through the realms of personal growth, mindset mastery, and fear-conquering strategies to help achieve your greatest desires. I'm your host, Portia, and I'm thrilled to be your guide on this transformative experience. If you're ready to unleash your authentic power and elevate your life, you're in the right place. Join me and our special guests as we embark on conversations that will broaden your horizons and enrich your journey. So, sit back and immerse yourself in these unmatched discussions. It's time to expand your mind and your life. Hi, my lovely people. This episode is going to be a personal story about how I manifested the exact private jet that I put on my vision board at the start of last year, and how easy it is to create life beyond your wildest dreams. I will also be going through different manifestation techniques that you can use to bring in those big goals that you desire at a faster pace, and how we can quantum leap literally into new realities. At the start of 2024, last year, if you're listening in real time, I made a vision board that was mainly my 5-year vision. But some of these photos actually became my reality literally 6 months after making it. If you are on Spotify, I will be putting up a clip of the vision board so you will be able to see that. And if you are watching on YouTube, this is a video, so obviously I'm going to be showing you my vision board and the pictures of my real life experience to show you the comparison of how freaking spot on the universe is to bring your visions into your 3D reality. And I know that I have posted this on my TikTok, so I'll put the link to that video in my show notes, but I do think that it is like my top pinned video there. But yeah, so go check that out as well if you like. But there are many different manifestation techniques that you can use, which I have talked about. So today I'm going to explain the ones that work best for me and you may want to try. But also explore ones that will work for you and feel good to you. So firstly, my favorite manifestation method is visualization. Basically, when we visualize, we are tapping into the 5D realm. This is where our higher self lives. So I don't know if you've heard the term higher self before, but this is literally, I look at it as a future version of myself. So anything that we have on our hearts, any desires that we literally, any visions that we can see, that means that we've already got that on a different timeline, but our reality just hasn't matched that yet. So our higher self lives in these different timelines. So what you have to do is match the feelings and embody the person that is in that vision of yours. This means we are matching the vibrational frequency of our desires. This is how it becomes our 3D reality. So when we visualize, we tap into that 5D realm or that 5D reality where, like, obviously, like, physically we're not there, but our minds can actually travel to that place and we can feel into that frequency and that energy. So we are living in a 3D reality, but with this embodiment and action that we take to bring us closer to our desires, those 5D visions will eventually become our 3D reality. And this doesn't usually happen overnight. However, sometimes it just might. You never know how the universe works. But you may be wondering, how did this happen for you? You know, how did you manifest a private jet? Because it is extreme, but it is something that actually has been on my heart for I guess forever, like for years, since I've been making my vision boards, there's always been some sort of photo of a jet or something on there, and it's literally become my reality. And I wasn't even meaning to make this my reality so fast, but the universe really taps into your thoughts and your feelings and makes that happen. And I have hard proof of that now. And I just like to play around with these concepts because really, like, what have you got to lose? But you've got so much to gain from it. Every morning for about 3 months straight, I would get up and just do a quick 5 minute visualization meditation to start my day. And I don't control what pops up. And I wasn't in that time either. So I let my creative higher self take over and let myself feel the feelings and sensations as if I'm actually in that reality. Your brain cannot tell the difference between something that is fake and something that is your reality. And this is how we can quantum leap into different timelines and reach our goals at a faster pace. And I think that is just so cool. So, for an example, basically, if you think of a lemon, a juicy, sour lemon that is so fresh, ready to be eaten, think of the color, feel the shape and the juice oozing out of it. You're about to take a big bite and taste all the goodness, the sourness. Your mouth would probably start watering. Mine is right now just by saying it. Even if you can't actually see the lemon in real life, you are picturing it and all the details, so your brain doesn't realize that this is just a fake illusion that we have made up. Crazy, right? This is why I'm so interested and I praise the power of the mind, because just with a simple practice like that, you can see the power that we have within us. And this is using the power of manifestation consciously. Because remember, we are always manifesting, whether we believe it, whether we know it. Our thoughts, our words, and our feelings are always creating our external reality. So, this is also why fear controls most of our actions and experiences through life. Because when we make up a scenario in our head or have a bad thought, the brain perceives that as a threat and therefore will try to protect us from danger, as that is psychologically the mind's job as humans. So fear will kick in and make up reasons in our head as to why we shouldn't do that thing or why we should avoid this to try and keep us safe. However, this is how we stay small. The more risks that we take in our life and the more fears that we overcome, the more our brain will realize that those unfamiliar or new things that we try aren't threats. And then we can replace the feeling of nervousness with excitement. Because did you know that the same sensations go through your body when we are nervous or excited? It's all about what we tell ourselves, how we are feeling, and that is how our brain perceives it. So every time that I am trying a new thing now, I repetitively tell myself, I am excited, I am excited, I am excited when I'm feeling feelings of nervousness, because eventually my brain believes that I am excited, and it always makes that task that I'm doing easier and I guess less stressful. So that is how manifestation works. Your brain thinks that this visualization is a real experience, tapping into the same feelings and vision every day for a good substantial amount of time, visualizing things that you wish to have in your life by actually putting yourself in that space and time in your mind. The law of the universe determines that will become your 3D reality, as it did for me with the private jet. And the second technique, I would say that this is probably my favorite over visualizing, only because I love to write. But scripting is when you write out your dreams or the things that you want to manifest in present tense, as if it's already happening. Because the universe actually matches the vibrational frequencies. So the feeling that you are feeling when you are writing this down is what the universe will bring you into your reality. What will enhance this activity is also reading this out loud to yourself every morning and night before you fall asleep. This part is important because when you are in that theta state, when you have first woken up or just before you go to sleep, information goes straight into your subconscious mind, and that is where the magic happens. So for an example for scripting, when you are sitting there feeling in the feelings and you are writing to yourself, or a method I like to use is writing a letter from your future self to you now. In present tense, oh, and we did this. Oh, how good is life? And we have this many subscribers or whatever it is you're calling in. And we did so well. The feelings that we feel, we are feeling so grateful. Literally writing as if it's already happened. Ever feel like you're meant for more, but something keeps holding you back? Maybe you've read the books, set the goals, but deep down, doubt still creeps in. It's not just about working harder, it's about rewriting your mindset for success. I help ambitious young people break past limiting beliefs, step into their power, and create the life they know they are meant for. If you're ready to stop playing small and start living big, book in your free discovery call with me today. My website will be linked in the show notes, or you can find me in my Instagram bio. Embracing Power and Potential Coaching Services. A vision to empower 10,000 young people to create a life they truly desire. Next is embodiment. You must become the person who already has those things. If you want to make more money, are you doing this subconscious work to change your beliefs? Are you getting in the rooms with people that you want to be like? Getting inspired at seminars or workshops? Hiring a coach or reading books to enhance your learning and knowledge? Like, what are you doing to change your current circumstances and reality? What do your routines look like? The CEO that you aspire to be? Or are you waking up late every day and wasting your days scrolling on your phone? If you aren't actually becoming the vibrational match for the things that you want to happen in your life, those dreams are going to take a lot longer to become your everyday reality. So when you do embody that person that you want to become, opportunities will start flowing to you. You will connect with people in random situations that will be able to get you in the rooms of where you need to be. This means that you are becoming a vibrational match to your desires, because nothing is a coincidence. You will know when you're starting to up level into a new timeline or new reality, because things will start shifting. Opportunities will start flowing into your life easier. You'll start having conversations, or people will just like pop up and literally start conspiring in your favor. And that is one of my core beliefs that I live by, and I know deep within, is that the universe conspires in my favor when I am embodying the person I want to become. The last thing I do to make it very clear, and I have said this in previous episodes, but it is good to remind you that no matter what, we are always manifesting. What we think, speak, and believe is how we co-create with the universe from our current realities. We always have a choice to change our story by taking control of our minds. So when people say to me, oh, my manifestations just aren't coming to life, or it's not happening fast enough. Firstly, there is always divine timing for all things to happen in life. Second, are you actually taking aligned action on the things that you want and embodying the person who is living in that reality? And clarity is a must. Have you actually gotten clear on what you want? Have you been specific? And are your desires aligned with your core values and beliefs? Because energetic blocks come up all the time without us realizing it. And it could be if you have a random goal, maybe that contradicts your other goals and desires. So just being very clear on what it is that you want your future to look like. And have you looked at your limiting beliefs and figured out what is blocking you? Do you have fear of success or fear of failure that may be holding you back? Sometimes we need to create space for new things to come into our life. Everything is energy, and situations, things, and people could be blocking new things to come in. What old stories or relationships do you need to let go of for fresh energy to come in? So when you want to move different, you have to be different. So just doing a little life audit around all the different areas of your life and making sure that it's all in alignment and it's all working together and co-creating in your world. Because if you have weird energy or contradicting goals or habits, it's just going to prolong your desires to come in and prolong the life that you deserve to live. So before I wrap up this episode, I'm going to list some journal prompts that you can reflect on that may help you uncover what may be blocking your manifestations from coming into fruition. Number 1, what are thoughts or stories that come up as to why I can't have my current goal or desire? So what are those limiting beliefs that come up for you? What are those stories that you tell yourself? And really go deep in this. Be honest and vulnerable with yourself. And let whatever comes up move freely through you. And don't try and manipulate what comes up or change it or control it. Let your intuition and your inner self or your higher self take over when you are answering these prompts, because that is how you get to your core. And once you're aware of these beliefs or stories, then you can change them. Number 2, where did I learn or get this belief? So once you have made yourself aware of what it is that you believe, or multiple beliefs that you may have, or thoughts or stories, go deep and backtrack into your life and sit with these phrases and stories. And these could have stemmed from childhood or things that your parents told you or believed, or society. So go deep into your memories and just sit with it and see what comes up for you to where you learnt these beliefs. Number 3, how did this belief once serve me? For example, you may have a story that you don't have enough money, and you learnt this because your parents told you as a child that money doesn't grow on trees, or we can't afford that, money is tight. So that belief has been ingrained in you as a child. This belief once served you because it was thought to keep your family financially secure if you just went without a few things so that you could get by. So this kept you feeling safe and secure at that time. But that doesn't have to be your story. It's not true, but your beliefs and your parents' beliefs and the energy that you put into it made it your reality. People can only do the best with what they know at that time. But you now know differently. Your parents didn't have access to this kind of knowledge, but you do. So change your story. Number 4, what would I have to let go of and create space for my desires to come true? So let's say, for example, you may be trying to manifest a new partner. Have you created space for your dream person to come in? Maybe you are holding on to a connection that no longer serves you and that is blocking you from this, because it is quite common as well for people to sort of wait for something better to come along. But this keeps them stuck in the same cycles because they're actually not creating that energetic space. So that will be blocking this new partner to come in. Also, you can physically clear out space, like clearing out a side drawer for your future partner's side in the room, maybe cleaning out a space in your closet. I know one person who has actually gone and made a whole car space for that person to be able to park their car in their garage as well when it happens in divine timing. So the energy that is going into this, without being in the energy of desperation, but instead surrendering to divine timing of it, will actually make things happen so much faster. Number 5, if I knew for certain that my manifestation was on its way, would I think or act differently? So how would you be thinking? How would you be acting if you knew, if you literally, you had vision, like, I don't know, some proof or knowing, which is like surrender and trust. But for people that are starting out on their manifesting journeys, if there was some concrete way that you knew, like writing from the universe saying, yep, this is what is coming to you, how would you be acting? How would you be moving through life? So I'll just quickly go over those 5 prompts again. Number 1, what are the thoughts or stories that come up as to why I can't have my current goal or desire? Number 2, where did I learn or get this belief? Number 3, how did this belief once serve me? Number 4, what would I have to let go of and create space for my desires to come true? And lastly, if I knew for certain that my manifestation was on its way, would I think or act differently? So I'm going to leave it there. I hope that you enjoyed this episode and maybe got something out of it or felt more inspired to actually try manifestation yourself, because remember, you have nothing to lose and everything to gain. I could go on all day about the different ways to manifest, but let me know if you do try any of these methods as well. I'd love to hear what works for you guys. Love you so much. Thanks for listening. And also, if you do enjoy this, please rate the podcast and even leave a comment or a review, which is so appreciated, as I am an independent brand, and anything from you guys, any interaction is what helps me grow my audience. Love you guys. Bye for now. Mwah.